Hey Narwhals, I'm your host Luke Narwhal, and today we'll be reading What are your little weight loss tips and hacks besides diet and exercise? Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more weight loss videos. When I'm about to break and go, for example, a cupcake, I tell myself, so this is what you're willing to give up for? This one sugar-coated piece of junk? And then I think of all my other trials and work and dedication I've given in the past, and suddenly that stupid cupcake looks like garbage. Fruit water. I used to be a huge soda drinker until my doctor recommended I try flavored sparkling water. It cuts out a ton of calories. If you're not one for carbonated drinks or trying to stop drinking juice, you can try water with some fruit slices in it, which gives a bit of a fruity taste to the water, and it's a tiny amount of calories, if any. 2. Look at the net carbs when buying bread. These are the amount of carbs that are actually used for energy and fat. Usually whole grain and whole wheat foods will have less net carbs than regular white bread will. Whole grain and whole wheat mean almost the same thing. Best option, make your own bread with whole wheat flour so you can burn some extra calories kneading the dough too. 3. If you're someone like me who hates exercise, try to find an interesting hobby that requires you to do some form of exercise. Even if it's just walking, an hour burns upwards of 100 calories. I got into photography and took walks in the woods looking for cool photos to take while getting a few hours of walking in without realizing it. 4. This is more about having the right mindset to see good results, but remember that weight loss is a marathon, not a sprint. It's more about fixing unhealthy habits and making lifestyle changes than it is trying to starve yourself or exercise until you pass out to reach your goal weight. I've had my moments where I eat practically nothing, skipping breakfast, eating 200 calorie salad for lunch, 100 cal snack, 200 cal dinner, and then binge half of what's in my fridge at 10 p.m. Spoiler, I ended up gaining even more weight from this. It might seem easier to go on some fat diet and drop the weight like that, but you'll most likely end up gaining it all back and then some, speaking from personal experience. I hope this helps anyone who needs it. This probably won't apply to many people, but I always have snacks around. I have granola bars in my locker at work, my purse, and at home. I might eat just one a week, but just having them there gives me peace of mind. If I didn't have them, I would binge, or worse, get fast food. I grew up very poor, so for a long time I used to binge on food as if I were never to get more. It was unhealthy, but I didn't feel in control of it. Now, just knowing that I have enough to eat when I'm hungry is enough to keep me from eating everything. Change your mindset. This is the key to overcoming cravings, because in time you will have them, and your willpower may not be there with you. Don't think of it as you can't have that treat. Think of it that you can have that treat, but you don't want it. It's also good to practice meditation. Letting your thoughts come and go may be one of the most useful skills you can learn for use for everyday life, even outside of weight loss. Also, quality sleep is more important than your 7 a.m. gym session. If you wake up already stressed due to lack of sleep, don't stress your body even more with the super early exercise. If after sleeping late, you feel tired when you wake up, don't exercise. Have a routine or hobby for your downtime. Most people typically have a few extra hours after work each day, so you need to have a plan for them so that your boredom doesn't run you. I know you may feel fried from the workday, but if you have time for Netflix and snacks every day, using that time to work on a neglected hobby like drawing comics or something you like that isn't all about food instead will help keep the munchies away. Besides move more and eat less, the best thing I've done is take a break. If I find myself getting frustrated with the lack of progress or just stressed overall, I switch and instead focus on maintaining my weight for a couple of weeks. I find that the shift in focus really helps me relax a bit, and usually in a week or two, I find myself ready to refocus and get back on the horse. Slow and steady is the way to go. If it takes me a bit longer to get to my goal, but I've done it without backsliding into old habits or over-restricting, then I believe I'll be better equipped to maintain it long term. I'm in agreement with change your mindset. Change your mindset about how you value food and drinks. It's not just about the mindset of calories you consume. It's about the nutritional value of those calories. You can have a 700 calorie meal from McDonald's with a burger and some fries, which have little to no nutritional value, or you can cook a 700 calorie meal with steamed or sauteed veggies, some protein, and some starchy carbs, which adds a lot more nutrition for the same amount of calories, all of which your body needs to stay in balance. Choose your favorite proteins, veggies, and starches, and play around with how much of each to eat for your needs. In general, 40% protein, 40% veggies, and 20% starch is a good starting point. Learn to view food as fuel. Does it contain enough nutrients for the amount of calories? Is it really worth having 15 chips for 150 calories, or would it be better to have a small salad with enough healthy fats and proteins for 300 calories, but much more nutrient dense? Only you will know at the time if it's worth it. Whichever you choose, be satisfied with your decision. It's all up to you. Learn to value what you want to keep in your nutritional plan. Is it okay to have a fast food meal? Of course. Is it okay to drink one beer after work as my mental safe space? Most definitely. Just don't overdo it. All in moderation. It's all about learning what you really need to keep going and motivating yourself to eat healthier. I personally look forward to my 1 can of diet soda at the end of the day. Could I have a regular soda? Yes, but I'd rather not have to worry about the calories. Do your best to make healthier choices. Only you yourself know what to eat more often, and what to eat less of, and what to erase from your life completely. 1. Meal prep. I prepare my breakfast and lunch the night before and log it all into MyFitnessPal. That way I don't have to think about what I'm going to eat when I'm tired or on the go. I also prepare my snacks just in case I get hungry. I always carry fruit bars with me, and I have a jar that holds exactly 40 grams of nuts, which I fill every night. If I eat it, it's all good and logged. If I don't, it's completely fine and I can just delete it at dinner time. 2. Smaller plates really help reducing the amount that you think you need. 3. Write a shopping list and stick to it. No extra snacks. Only go grocery shopping once a week, so you really use all the stuff that you bought. Has the nice side effect of reducing food waste and saving you money. Don't go shopping when you're hungry. 4. If I crave some food, I try and convince myself that I actually want something healthier. Craving chocolate? Nah, that's sticky and messy. Maybe I'd rather eat fruits or some yogurt. 5. If I feel the need to binge, I just make a normal meal with a lot of different components so it feels like a big amount of food. For example, I'll have some grilled tofu with a side of veggies and also a side salad and an apple with cinnamon for dessert. That feels like a lot of food, but it's actually just a small amount and a lot of different things. 6. It's okay to leave food on your plate. It took me so long to be able to not clean every plate, but only eat until I was full. I had to actively stop myself during the meal and ask myself if I was really still hungry or just couldn't stand the thought of leaving food on my plate. 7. I made a conscious decision to move around more. Every time someone had to get something from another room at work, I volunteered to do it, just so I could stay a little more active throughout the day. I also take stairs instead of escalators or elevators. Wake up early. For the longest time, I kept beating myself up for not getting things done in means of my health. I would always find myself getting distracted by daily life. But since I've created a time block, a morning routine if you will, I found myself more productive, intentional, and more willing to focus on the things I had procrastinated on. Side note, it feels amazing to know that I had accomplished 4 to 5 things I wouldn't have if I had woken up a few hours later. I don't restrict myself from eating certain foods. You'd have to pry rice from my dead hands before I do keto. Every meal, I do 1 meal a day, so it's even more important to do so. I have 2 treats. One is dedicated to increasing my protein for the day. Quest Nutrition's birthday cake bar is my favorite, and the other is something sweet or salty, depending on the day. I've even had cotton candy as a choice. It's all about thinking about how I want to eat normally for the rest of my life. 41 pounds down so far. And that brings us to the featured narwhals of the day from our subreddit. Our subreddit is a place to share pictures, ask questions, and get support on your weight loss journey. To join, just open the description below and click the top link. Click Use App, install the Reddit app, create an account, and then click Join once you're at our subreddit. We'd love to have you join us on the subreddit. Once again, the link is below. Lena says, lost 80 pounds from running and going vegan. Height is 5'2" and went from 210 pounds to 130 within a year. Burbit says, what losing 200 pounds over 27 months looks like. 478 to 273, 4XL to medium, 5'9". Peach Bean says, female 23, 5'7", starting weight 277 pounds, current weight 195, Christmas 2017 to now, original goal weight 200, current goal weight 177, gradually went from Seco to keto for the bulk of my weight loss, naturally removing more carbs and replacing them with veggies, and now back to Seco. Thanks for sharing future narwhals. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more weight loss stories that help you stay on track. Thanks for watching narwhals, and I'll see you in the next one.